Dear Sonora, what a great name. My sister Louise passed your message on to me. She's very busy as chair, and since I read about and study California missions in my job, she thought I might be able to help you out. I can tell you right away that writing to California tribes on your own is a smart move. Many people don't think to ask us, or they think we are all dead. Still here. You wanted to know the Ohlone Estlin Costanoan opinion of the missions. That's a tough question. Some Indian people will tell you that the missions were great and brought us to Catholicism and agriculture. Others will tell you that anything that kills about 80% of your people can't be good. California Indians were actually doing fine before the Spanish, Mexicans, and Americans arrived. Our ancestors had everything they needed, including Indian religions, leaders, music, languages, jobs, and education. But because our ancestors' traditions were different from the way Europeans did those things, lots of Spanish people thought Indians needed civilizing. Of course, Indians were curious about the Spanish and about their religion, and often helped the Spanish find food and water, or exchange things and trade with them. But that did not mean our ancestors wanted to become Spanish. People should be allowed to decide for themselves how they want to live. Instead, the missionaries made that decision for our ancestors. Sometimes the Spanish priests would baptize women and children who came to visit and then refuse to let them go. The husbands and the fathers would come to get them and were told that they could not see their families unless they too allowed themselves to be baptized. Of course, none of the Indians knew what baptism really meant, and when the priest told them that, once baptized, they could not leave the mission. It was a big surprise. Remember, missionaries and soldiers thought of themselves as civilized, so they figured they must be right and the Indians wrong. Civilized people don't hurt other people for being different, though. Many Indians today do not think the Spanish were very civilized. The missions did a lot of things that hurt Indian people and families. For example, all little girls over the age of 7 had to go sleep in the monjerio, a small building with no bathroom and small windows way up taller than anyone could reach. These rooms were dark, smelly, and dirty, and the young women and girls kept in there got sick from germs and lack of fresh air. They were also very homesick for their families. They didn't see their parents much, since during the day, the parents were forced to work for the missionaries, doing all the work to build, maintain, and farm for the mission. Our ancestors were also forced to attend the Catholic Church, learn prayers in a new language, and take new names in Spanish. None of the Indian ways of living, religions, leaders, music, languages, jobs, and education, were allowed by the Spaniards.